Alrighty, hello everyone. This is my third video of the day. I haven't done story times in 2 weeks, and I was originally gonna post a story time tomorrow on Sunday, but I just wanted to get this in because whatever, I can post whatever I want. I usually I'm supposed to, this is not I'm not working this, I'm not making money for this, but I just want to post because I like making YouTube videos. But I was just originally gonna post this tomorrow, but I'm just want to get this through. So basically, I was going to a friend's house, and I get there, and it's supposed to be me and two other friends, which one of them, we're supposed to go to his house, and the other was dropped off by their parents. So basically, and also me dropped off by my parents. So three of us, um, we're going to his house, and right before we're going to his house, he tells us that at this parking lot that my our parents drop us off. He told us, well, we're gonna call this kid Jay, my friend. Jay told us that he had a Karen encounter here when he was trying to get out to go to the supermarket, and I was like, interesting, a Karen encounter. This might be a good story time for my channel. God dang, I forgot to mute the TV. Not gonna edit that out though. But basically, he told me that he had a Karen encounter. I was like, hey, I'm interested. I want to hear the story about it. He says that he remembers most of it, but not all of it, because we just came in here. So basically, this story is basically, it's basically in this parking lot in this apartment complex, and Jay and his mom were going to go to the supermarket, right? And they were going to go in their car. So they get into the parking lot, and there's a bit of commotion in the parking lot because once they get into the parking lot, they see two figures standing out there yelling. And what it looks like is that the situation is that there's this one person that's arguing, that's a normal person, and there's this other person that's obviously a Karen because she has a haircut type. You already know if it's a Karen or not by how she looks and how she behaves. And so what Jay told me from his understanding is that they figured out pretty quickly is that the Karen, from the situation, the Karen was yelling at the person because he was quote unquote taking her spot that she planned to park in to go to her house. Which the thing is that this guy wasn't stealing her parking spot. It was his parking spot, and the Karen was trying to steal it so she can have the parking lot to herself, and that she would say, "Oh, actually, you can't come into this parking lot because I own it. I pay for it." But no, if you're living in an apartment complex, I'm pretty sure there's a limit to how much parking spots you can have. I live in an apartment complex, but I'm pretty sure that you can only have two parking spaces. You can't have three, but you can only have two. So basically, I'm pretty sure that Jay's apartment complex only is able for you to have two or maybe three. But basically, Karen is trying to steal this person's parking lot, and from what Jay told me is that basically this guy is trying to calmly explain to the Karen that this is not your parking spot. But the Karen just seems to get angrier and angrier. And then she has enough and she says, "That's it, I'm calling the cops because you won't give me my spot back." Hey, you might call me crazy here, but I think that if you're calling on the cops because someone's quote unquote stealing your spot when that's when you're not when they're not actually stealing your spot, you're stealing your spot. I don't feel like that's a very serious situation because I'm pretty sure that anyone can figure that out. All right, it's apartment complex. All right. But I'm pretty sure, if you call 911 for false emergencies, you can probably get a fine or something like that. And this obviously is not serious. That she's probably gonna get a fine for doing that. But hey, call me crazy, Yvonne. Maybe I'm in the wrong, cause I don't know. But I just think that calling the cops because you need someone removed from a parking spot is just very wrong. All right. But the cops do show up, and well, you can honestly tell the cops were confused, and he was like, so I've been having a complaint that something is going on over here, and the Karen says, yes, something bad's going on over here. He's stealing my parking spot, and the man obviously says, no, this is my parking spot. We can go, to the front office, and they can explain that I paid for this parking spot. But because Karens aren't Karens, the Karen starts yelling out, "No, lies, lies! He's lying. He did not pay for that parking spot. Don't listen to him. He didn't talk with the front desk about getting a parking spot." However, the cop was getting pretty annoyed by her yelling, and the cop was like, "Hey, Karen, please calm down. There's no reason to get this upset. We can deal with this situation when he shows us evidence." So, but the Karen, did not like what he said, what the police officer said. He's like, and she starts saying, "No, I will not calm down. You need to tell him to move his car out of the way so I can get to my parking spot." And the cop is kind of getting a little bit more annoyed as she's yelling, because even though when he's nicely trying to say, "Hey, ma'am, please calm down. This is not serious. However, if you keep yelling, we're gonna have to do this the hard way." Well, unfortunately, the Karen keeps yelling. However, this time around, she is more angrier. Because from what Jay told me is that the Karen is not getting what she wants. Because, the car isn't getting out of the way. The car isn't moving. She won't get her spot. So she keeps getting louder, and this time she demands that the car needs to be towed. In which the cop says, "Ma'am, we will have this car towed when we can see the evidence that he paid for it." But the Karen says that it needs to be towed immediately, right now. And the cop has enough evidence that she's done. So the cop says, "I'm sorry, Karen, but I've tried to be nice to you, but it looks like it's not going to be going the nice way." So the cop reaches for his handcuffs, and then she tackles the Karen. Well, not tackle, but she puts the Karen in handcuffs. And then the Karen squeals, saying, What? Why are you arresting me? No, you're arresting the wrong person. It's that man. He's stealing my parking spot." Which the thing is, it's not how it works, alright? The reason why you're in handcuffs is because you're being too loud. You're too loud to the point where the cop had to put you in handcuffs because you're not dealing with the situation properly. Maybe if you were nice and let the man show evidence that maybe there could be a possibility that he didn't pay for the parking spot, but we can honestly tell that he did pay for the parking spot, so you would be in the wrong. But the police officer takes a Karen in the car, and they're gone. Karen is gone, and everything is back to normal.